Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as I always do. This video discusses the new referees for the 21-22 Premier League season, along with the changes to the VAR rules as well. As always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website. We can purchase some really nice retro gear, guys, as you can see from the icon that's up here. 10 to 15 quid cheaper than the club shop are selling them for. No idea why that's the case. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the same supplier and the same manufacturer, so why West Ham are marking them up, I'll never know, but when does West Ham not mark stuff up? There's also Admiral and Umbro, Clout and Blue, track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be donating straight onto Iron Supporting Food Banks, the charity within the Newham area that are helping those that are reliant on food banks within the Newham area. So go and grab yourself a really nice retro shirt, guys. Get something really smart, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. Now, as you may or may not remember, Lee Mason retired at the end of last season along with Graham Salisbury. We did talk about Lee Mason retiring as well a little while ago, but you know, it's a referee that came under a lot of criticism, some of it justified, some of it not, but Lee Mason was never a big fan of. I was never a big fan of him at all. I'm sure he wasn't a big fan of me ever. If you watch any of the watch-alongs we've done over the last few years when he's been referee. Mike Dean was also meant to retire last season, but 2 months before the end of the season, he decided, no, do you know what? I'm going to continue on. Now he's 52, so there will, at some point, he will be retiring. Hopefully, at some, he has got better towards the end of last season, probably because he wanted to go out on a bit of a bang, but ended up didn't. But Lee Mason, I'm glad he's gone. Graham Salisbury, I don't recall ever seeing him refereeing a game more than 4 or 5 times. But we've got a new crop of referees coming through now. The first of which is from Australia, Jared Gillett. He's the first Aussie ever to referee in the Premier League. He has he's refereed in the EFL previous to this, of course. Prior to his EFL work, he was in the Australian A-League from 2010 until 19. So, not exactly inexperienced, but he is inexperienced in terms of the Premier League, of course. And he's had a couple of years of exposure, shall we say, in the EFL. So, I'm sure he understands a little bit of it. Michael Salisbury, son of Graham from Lancashire. Michael was the 4th assistant for Graham's ever final game at the end of last season, so it's quite nice from that side of things, just to move the passing of the family baton, shall we say, from one game to another. From one family member to another. So hopefully Michael's learnt from his dad in terms of his experiences and what he's learnt firsthand of being 4th official as well. Now, Tony Harrington from Cleveland has also been promoted up from the EFL after 4 years and 200 games in charge. He is the grandson of Hartlepool United Tommy McGuigan. So there's some quite interesting information there. He's not obviously Hartlepool never played in the Premier League, but it's good that he's got that experience he understands it from a footballer's point of view, and he will understand it from a referee's point of view, which is what me and Rick have been talking about on and off for a good few seasons now. Hopefully he will be able to use that experience and blend the two together. Really hope he will, because that's exactly the sort of referee that we need. We need a referee that knows the rules but knows the game at the same point. A lot of these referees know the rules and understand the game. There's a little bit of it. We need that crossover. Anyway. John Brooks from Leicestershire has also been promoted up from the EFL and was an assistant referee. I think he was the second linesman, for the 2016 FA Cup final. So again, a referee that has had experience at relatively the highest level 5 years ago. 5 years ago now. So interesting to see these guys coming in, and also for that matter, bearing in mind that we've got, as I say, we've got the VAR rules that have come in that have changed as well, that are changing for this coming season. So kind of quite nicely ties the two subjects together. Now, one of the first rules is going to be the fact that, well, I mean, there's quite a few as usual, but these are the two main talking points I think you want to know about. And as always, guys, let me know your thoughts on these, of course. Let me know on your thoughts on these. Do you still feel that Mike Dean should retire this season? I know what the answer is going to be to that, but it'd be nice to get you guys to answer it nonetheless. But yeah, no, as I say, so the first one is the offside rule. We are still going to have those pencil-thin lines to monitor foot positions and all that sort of bollocks, but there is a second line that's going to be coming in that's going to be a lot thicker, allegedly, from what I've been reading. And this is to try and give benefit to the attacking player, a rule that has not been applied for offside for quite a few years, regardless of VAR coming in. The benefit to the attacking player rule hasn't been adhered to for quite some time. Now, if they had applied this last season, from the articles and the documents I've been reading, it's saying that it would have been around about 20 extra goals would have been scored last season as a result of it. Does that mean that we would have had more goals awarded to us? Does it mean that we would have had more goals awarded against us? Both is yes. But at the same time, it's nice that I can never remember the amalgamation of initials that this group's under, but it's good to see that the higher levels are listening to the pundits, listening to us on social media, one of the few times social media actually works, and also listening to players and managers as well, for that matter. So it's good. I don't know the full extent of how this is going to be applied. We're obviously going to see this in the coming weeks, because we are a week and a half away from the start of the Premier League now, is the time of this recording. So really buzzing for that. Hopefully Mike Dean's learnt his lesson from having those 2 red cards rescinded. Fucking idiot. But also, the other thing that VAR is going to be focusing on is penalties. Now, just because there's contact doesn't mean it's a penalty. That's the impression that I'm getting from these new rulings coming in, is the fact that they will be reviewing if a penalty is awarded because it is a foul on the player, and not the fact that the player has anticipated contact and has gone down once they felt it. I really hope this comes into fruition. I genuinely do, because this has been a bugbear of mine and yours and a lot of other people for a good few years, to be honest with it. Mo Salah is the first name that springs to mind when it comes to this. Do you know what I mean? Very, very first name that springs to mind about this. But at the same point, hopefully it will eradicate the need for diving. VAR is not going to be used for the other little finicky things I think the article classed it as. It's only going to be going back to how it was originally, about offsides, penalties, possibly the thing for a red card. I have maintained for years, ever since we watched the World Cup where the VAR was being introduced, I do maintain that once the rules are embedded in and everybody knows how to apply the rules properly, like it is with cricket, like it is with tennis, like it is with rugby, etc., then VAR will be used for a lot more things, like, for example, if the ball's in play or not. Man United at home, as we remember last season. You know, things like that. That's what VAR will be used for at some point, because at the end of the day, it is a video assistant referee. That's what it is. It's the equivalent of having a referee that can see the entire pitch. It's exactly what the purpose is there for, and that will come in at some point. I guarantee it now. It won't be this coming season, won't be the 22-23 season, but it will come in at some point. That's my instinct on it. And as always, guys, let me know your thoughts on these subjects. Do you agree with me? If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Either way, I'm quite happy to hear from you guys. And thank you very much to Wally World, our single remaining Patreon. We had 4. before lockdown. We've now gone back to Wally, and thank you very much, Wally, for your support. It means a hell of a lot, mate. It really, really does. Wally was the first ever Patreon, and he's still remaining here. At the end of the day, guys, if you want to become a Patreon, links are in the description. It's not a lot of money, really isn't in the tiers. It goes from basically £2.50 all the way up to, was it like £7.50 or £8 a month? £8, 2 pints. We're beer drinkers, we're football supporters. 2 pints is nothing to you and I. If you want to become a Patreon and help me grow the channel to even better heights than it currently is, then and you'll also have more access to content. For example, this video is going all non-reaction videos to signings are going up 24 hours in advance on Patreon. So please do think about that. And of course, the more Patrons we have, the more content I'll be able to make specifically for you guys. I make £2.50 a month out of this. It's not enough money for me to be able to budget bringing more things in. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Follow the channel on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm trying to put more stuff up on the social media networks. I really am. So follow us on there as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It'd be nice to try and get you guys up to 2,000 subscribers. It's nowhere near going to happen before Newcastle away. But it'd be nice to get. We are 1,849 at the time of this recording. One more for 1,850. 11 more for 1,860. I know you guys enjoy this content. We've had some really good views recently. Thank you very much for all your support, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as I say, if there's any more breaking news that is important, I will be doing a reaction video to that. Otherwise, I will see you for the preview for the first ever game of the 21-22 season. Newcastle away. That'll be available live on the Patreons from Thursday night, and it'll be available on YouTube free of charge on Friday. So guys, look after yourselves, take care, and keep yourself clean. What's that those guys say in the States? Wash your nose, clean your hands, and all that bollocks. You know, as it stands, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. All the best now. Take care.